Margaritas are the most popular cocktail in the world, and for good reason. Light and refreshing, they're a great choice for any time of day. Unfortunately, most non-alcoholic variations don't seem as exciting as the ones with alcohol. So today, I'm going to be making 5 mocktail variations based on the classic margarita, starting with the most recognizable and basic version. To make this, we'll need fresh lime and orange juice, agave syrup, and some soda water. Nice and simple. We're going to start out by gently pressing half of a lime onto the rim of a glass and then rolling said glass onto a small pile of salt, giving it a salt rim. If you don't like a salt rim, feel free to skip this step. Set your glass aside and into a shaker tin, add 1.5 ounces of freshly squeezed lime juice. To replicate the triple sec, add about half an ounce of orange juice. And finally, 1 ounce of agave syrup, which will help replicate the earthiness from the tequila that is missing in this drink. Add ice and shake for 8 to 10 seconds, and then dump the contents of the shaker into the glass. Add fresh ice as needed, and optionally top off with some soda water and garnish with a lime wheel. And that, my friends, is a classic mocktail margarita. The bright citrus juice is the true star here. I would highly recommend using fresh orange juice as opposed to store-bought orange juice. It just gives a much more flavorful and refreshing experience to the whole drink. I would also highly recommend using agave syrup as opposed to a simple syrup. Tequila has a very distinct flavor, and with that being absent in this drink, the agave syrup does help a little bit with that. Doesn't quite have all the qualities and flavors of a full-bodied tequila, but it definitely does help. It's a classic for a reason, and this version is no different. Next up, the Amaro-garita. This is a non-alcoholic Amaro-based margarita. I'm using the Pathfinder today, which is a non-alcoholic spirit with a lot of fresh herbal botanical notes like ginger, gentian root, and hemp. For this recipe, you'll need fresh lemon juice, agave syrup, the Pathfinder as our base spirit, and apple cider vinegar. For the rim, I'm using a salt and pepper mix. It's about 80% salt to about 20% pepper, just enough to really complement the flavors of the Italian Amaro. To our shaker, add 3/4 of an ounce of agave syrup, 1 ounce of lemon juice, freshly squeezed, about 1/4 ounce of apple cider vinegar, and 2 full ounces of the Pathfinder. Add ice and shake for 8 to 10 seconds, then dump into our rimmed low ball, adding fresh ice as needed. Garnish with a lemon wheel, and that is our Amaro-garita. This one is a little less focused on the citrus aspect and more focused on the botanicals of the Pathfinder. Freshly squeezed citrus is still the most important thing in this. However, it kind of takes backseat to all of the flavorful botanicals of the Amaro. The combination of lemon juice and apple cider vinegar gives some much needed complexity to the acidic component, and it really brings out the best parts of the non-alcoholic spirit in this cocktail. All right, now we're delving into a Smokey Grapefruit margarita. This one is more of a Paloma-inspired mocktail, but with the margarita template still in mind. To make this, you will need fresh grapefruit and lime juice, some lapsang tea, and a hot pepper shrub. Once you've gathered your ingredients, we can begin by preparing our glass with a smoked sea salt rim. Set that aside, and to a shaker tin, add 1 ounce of a hot pepper shrub, half an ounce each of grapefruit and lime juice, 2 ounces of lapsang green tea. Add some ice and shake for 8 to 10 seconds, and then dump into our low ball. Garnishing with a grapefruit wedge, and there you have it, the Smokey Grapefruit margarita. Lapsang is a green tea that has been dried over pine wood smoke, giving it a very distinct and smoky flavor. It's very strong on its own, but pairs beautifully with other flavors, such as our hot pepper shrub, which I made with sugar, apple cider, and mixed peppers. This drink has a lot of personality. It's great if you're craving something spicy and smoky like a mezcal margarita. This is my favorite type of mocktail because you get a lot of the similar sensations you would get from having an alcoholic drink. Continuing with the green tea theme, next one is going to be a green Yuzu margarita. This one is best with a high-quality sencha green tea, which will go beautifully with some of the leftover yuzu juice I have from a video I made previously. This recipe calls for agave syrup, fresh orange juice, fresh yuzu juice, and fresh but not hot green tea. Gather your ingredients and prepare the salt rim of your glass. I'm just using normal salt with this one. Set that aside. Into a shaker tin, add half an ounce of agave syrup, 1 ounce of yuzu juice, half an ounce of orange juice, and 1.5 ounces of green tea. Add some fresh ice and shake for 8 to 10 seconds. I want to do something a little more different with this one, so I'm straining this into a clarified ice cube, just to change things up a bit. And for the garnish, 1 dehydrated lemon slice, and that, my friends, is the green Yuzu margarita. Yuzu is a very bright and flavorful citrus, but with some floral aromas similar to a jade green tea, so I wanted to pair the two. This drink is light, tangy, and thirst-quenching without being overly perfumey, extremely inviting, and delicious. I saved the best for last. We're gonna do a mango chili margarita. This one is inspired by the popular snack in Mexico of fruit sprinkled with tajin, which is a seasoning made with chili peppers, lime, and sea salt. For this recipe, you'll need agave syrup, fresh lime juice, sliced jalapenos, and mango puree. Gather your ingredients and a lowball glass. I'm mixing some sea salt with tajin for our garnished rim to give it more of a spicy kick. Set that aside, and to a shaker tin, add 3/4 of an ounce of agave syrup. I'm adding 2 slices of fresh jalapeno for some added spice, but feel free to omit this step. 1 ounce of lime juice and 2 ounces of mango puree. Add ice and shake for 8 to 10 seconds. As I was shaking this, I was noticing that the mango puree has made this mocktail a little bit more thick than I wanted it to be. So to fix that, I'm adding a splash of yuzu juice, about ½ ounce. Continue your shake and dump into your lowball. Top off with soda water as to your desired texture and some fresh ice, garnishing with a few fresh jalapeno slices, and that is our mango chili margarita. This zesty variation of a margarita is pretty popular in a lot of bars that I've been to, and for good reason. The spicy kick of chili peppers with the sweetness of tropical fruits is one of the best flavor combinations on a hot summer day, but I'm always in the mood for it regardless of the time of year. And that is our list of mocktail margaritas. What's your favorite margarita variation? Let me know down in the comments, and thanks for watching. See you next time.